Hi everybody, thanks for tuning into the channel. I'm going to talk about this new instrument I picked up. I just kind of picked this up on a lark. I was surfing on eBay one day, and the guy who makes Cozart guitars, and I've done a couple of videos here on the channel, you can check for those, particularly on the Cozart electric 12 strings. I have some videos about the Strat 12 string and the Telecaster 12 string versions, and I have enjoyed playing those a lot. So I was surprised one day I saw this thing on the dude's page, and this is a King 12-string Resonator guitar. It's sold by the same guy that does the Cozart instruments. This thing was under $200, which was like amazing, and I still, for the life of me, I can't figure out how they managed to do this. Cause like I took a couple of my guitars and I shipped them to my sons back east, and it cost me over $100 to ship each guitar. I mean, each one of them was $100 or more to ship. And this guy sells these things for under $200 and includes free shipping, at least in the United States, I guess. He's in Missouri, and when he sends them FedEx, they go from Missouri to Texas to Oklahoma, where I live. So the shipping maybe is not too much, but still, I mean, it's a substantial amount. So anyway, for under $200 to get this model, this thing, let's tell you a little bit about it. If you never owned a Resonator guitar before, they're kind of their own little kind of beast that takes some getting used to. Got a different kind of tone, kind of funky tone. They sound great with slide. I'm in standard tuning right now, but I have played around with it in Open G and Open D, and it sounds pretty good. It has a spruce top, which I'm sure is laminated because the top just basically holds the resonator in place. There's a spun metal cone inside there, and then this particular model, this is what you call your biscuit type. It has like a little spider kind of shaped thing in there that the bridge sits on, and then the bridge sits in this little slot inside that little spider thing, and that's what resonates the cone on the inside there. Then they have this place, I don't know what this is called, I call it the hubcap. But the hubcap is like a little guard over the bridge and everything. So your strings kind of feed through there to a tailpiece, and it's got a 12-string tailpiece, which works really great. And this kind of a tailpiece on a 12-string does change the waveform quite a bit, because you're not getting the same kind of down bearing that you get with like a pin bridge, like on a regular acoustic guitar. The result, the action, the sound is quite a bit different. Of course, the resonator, the cone, is what really makes the tone on these things. If you go back to the 1920s, 1930s, when these things originated, electric guitars were not really common yet. They like, I think the earliest Rickenbackers were invented like, what, 1938 or something like that. Don't quote me on that. That's a guess. And so these are designed to project. They are kind of like an acoustic amplified guitar, acoustically, mechanically amplified guitar. The back and sides and the neck here, the back and sides are made out of natto, however you pronounce that, and then the neck is made out of okume, and those are kind of substitutes for mahogany, and they do a good job. It's a nice neck on the thing. It feels really good. The neck is bound, which is unusual for a guitar in this price range, and there's 6-ply binding all the way around the body, which is seems to be very well done. There's not any gaps or spaces or splotches of glue or, you know, gummy looking spots or anything. It looks pretty good. Some of the holes in through here, like the little sound holes, they're kind of rough. They need to be sanded out, but it doesn't really affect me. As a matter of fact, at some point I may even mount a pickup in there just to be able to amplify the thing. It's got your standard kind of Chinese 16-to-1 tuners, and they work just fine. The strings on this, I put really light strings on it. It came with standard strings, and the action was really high. Now, the action on a Resonator guitar, it depends on how you're going to use it. If you're going to use it for slide, you want to have a high action. So maybe they set them up for that. It was uncomfortably high for me, so I went to a lighter string gauge to tweak the truss rod, and then still need to file the bridge down some. I still haven't got it exactly where I want it. This is kind of a thing you have to kind of do it over a space of a few weeks, just to let the guitar kind of settle in, and then as you play it, you say, okay, yeah, this needs to go a little bit lower. I recut the nut slots, so it does require some setup. And you buy a guitar under $200, that's just a given. It's an interesting kind of sound. It's got these cool, and the fingerboard it says it's a laminated poplar. They're getting more creative with woods and stuff nowadays to be environmentally friendly, and this feels pretty good. I mean, it's not quite as slick as a rosewood bridge, but it looks really nice, and it has these little sort of classic snowflake inlays, which I think were a nice touch for the for especially in this price range. One thing I found was a little weird is just the nut. Most acoustic guitars, because the bridge pins kind of hold it in place, the strings in place, especially the pairs on the 12 string. On this one, you really need to have like a little slot kind of cut in there, not a real deep one, but just a little slot to kind of cut hold the string in. They kind of want the B string and the E string wanted to kind of slide together as you played hard on it. So I had to take a file and just cut a little slot in there, just a little groove for the string to kind of sit in, so it didn't move around or anything. I don't know. I liked it. I think it'll grow on me. This is the first one of these I've seen. Well, actually, I take that back. He had one other, and I was going to bid on it, and it was gone before the bidding. By the time I'd seen it, and so I messaged him. I said, "Hey, if you get another one of these, up there, send me a message." And he did. He messaged me, sent me an offer on it, and so I got it. So I appreciate him doing that. That was great. Hey, this is probably the first review of one of these on eBay. I hope you enjoy it, comment on it, let me know what you think, and you play Resonator. Resonator 12 is kind of an unusual beast and kind of weird, and so it's kind of fun. Let me know. Like, subscribe, and share. Bye.